Good morning, everybody. Sorry about yesterday and our technical difficulties. We had some staff changing. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Just open up the chat. Sorry about yesterday. We had some difficulties, technical difficulties with the Zoom. So we are here today instead. Thank you for coming. We are going to run you through our virtual open house for our Deer Park campus. You can type into the chat or the Q&A at any time, and I'll answer all of your questions live. I'm sorry, I have my 3-year-old behind me, so if you see him, I apologize. Okay, you need to go sit, please. So welcome back to Deer Park for this year. We're looking forward to an excellent year at Deer Park. If you guys have seen on our Facebook group, I am now the Eastern Regional Director, so I will not be the director at Deer Park. I'm now in charge of Deer Park, St. James, Farmingdale, and our new Melville campus. Deer Park will be my home base since I will be dropping my children off and picking them up there every day. So I still will have my hand in our Deer Park campus quite a bit. So we're just going to go through the presentation and then I'll answer any questions you guys may have. Okay, so just like last year with our arrival and dismissal, we are going to use a valet service like we did last year. So you'll no longer have to walk your children in. We'll pick them up from the car. The same thing with dismissal. You'll come with your ID, show your ID to our staff members, and your children will be brought out to you. Our camp day is still running on a period schedule. As you guys know, I'm a middle school teacher, so my whole life runs in increments of periods. So they'll get the middle school period experience. In addition to our theme days, our traditions, and hopefully our field trips. As far as field trips and swimming and bowling and other events go, we're really just waiting for CDC guidance. As you know, from your children being in school, the CDC is changing guidance rapidly. So we're hoping to be able to do some trips, but that will obviously be based upon social distancing guidelines, number of feet, number of children on a bus, etc. I just want to move my chat because I can't see anything. We will be doing health and wellness screenings again this year since we are still in the middle of our pandemic. So again, all children and campers and staff will have to have all of their health paperwork readily available in check. The children all need up-to-date physicals within 1 year. They don't need a separate physical. You could just drop the paperwork off at the doctor as long as the physical was in 1 year. And as you know, all our registration info can be found online for the various days you want, the weeks, any of that flexible scheduling for you. So as my background is, and now this slide is our Deer Park campus. So what you see in the front, our front parking lot is where our valet is for drop off. There's a orange tent set up for you guys know from last year. That's where you will pick up your children and drop them off. Oops. Of course, I went one too fast. The back parking lot is where we do all of our games, kickball, t-ball. We have our playgrounds. And as well as you see in the front, well, you saw in the front, we had our large water activity. So this is just a little picture of our arrival. This is not our exact pictures of our exact campus, but we have our designated drop-off area. As far as I know, and I believe we're going to be moving forward again with the daily temperature checks and the wellness screening, answering of the 5 questions. Your children's hands will also be sanitized before entering the building. At dismissal, you would pull up, you would show your ID. We would bring your children right to your car. The only time you need to get out of your car if your child was in a car seat and they needed to be strapped in or unbuckled. Sorry, I'm just trying to navigate my computer. I can't see myself. So in 2020, we really reimagined camp. Our children were home from school since March, and we brought them back to camp at the end of June. So we really brought a lot of things to camp that we hadn't had before. We had our rock walls more often. We had our new slip-in slides, which were absolutely wonderful. We had many performances come in and programs come in for the children. All of the people for the performances and the programs were health screened prior to arriving to our camp. We are proud to say that we had a zero transmission rate of COVID in all of our camps. So although we did have some quarantining occur, there was zero transmission rate, which is really the most positive thing. So in 2021, we are looking to bring back most of those programs that we had last year. The children really liked being together on campus. Although they love swimming and bowling and the field trips, it really was more of a sense of family that we had last year than we ever had before. As you guys know, I'm not new to the camp experience. I've been a camp director since I was 23. So I'm going on almost 20 years of camp experience. I've been a teacher for 20 years. So it was really the first year that they were all together all the time and really built a family. So every day at camp, we start with a breakout section. Last year was a little different because of CDC guidelines. So the children did individual activities in their hubs, and then we brought them together for the points. We use our structured schedule. Every day, the children get arts and crafts. Every day, grades 4 and under get water play. Every other day, the upper grades get water play. We have our pedal go-karts that we utilize every day. We have a Gaga pit that is used for 3rd grade and up. We also use the Gaga pit for our kinder camp and our 1-2 group for various other games. We have interactive gaming. We do have an arcade. Most groups visit that every day with the exception of kinder camp, which is 3 to 4 times a week. We have electives that your children can sign up for. We have our EduCamp, which is to minimize the summer slip. We focus on reading and math. We have our soccer from Soccer Shots for a minimal weekly cost. We have dance, and we also have club activities throughout the summer. So our off-campus field trips, generally campers would go swimming and bowling twice a week. And then each group would have between 3 and 5 trips for the summer. Most trips are included in our tuition. There are a few that have an extra cost. But of course, this year we are waiting for the guidelines from the CDC to decide how we can safely incorporate. So our health and wellness policies, we have an amazing staff. We have many, many return staff. All of our senior staff are trained in the American Red Cross CPR and first aid, as well as anaphylactic response and food allergy awareness, which is brought to us from Safe for Kids. We are all trained by Safe for Kids in a program about food allergies. It's absolutely wonderful. My child has food allergies. So when I took the course, I was very happy to see all the points they hit for somebody who does not have their own children or does not have a child with food allergies in their home. We have our health and wellness director, who's a registered nurse, available to us at all times. I myself, for my 4 campuses, am also a former EMT, so I'm very comfortable with all of the health and safety. If your child does get injured at camp, you will be receiving a phone call from one of our senior staff members that treated them if it's anything out of the ordinary. In the beginning, you will get a call almost every time that they're treated for anything, even a small cut on their finger. At that point, you can let the staff know if, they could tell you at pickup if something happened. But anything that is out of the ordinary, anything we just feel you need to know, you will get a phone call right away. Again, all of our registration information can be found online. Our sessions are between 2 and 5 days a week. You can mix and match your days. You can mix and match your weeks. You can come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the next week. It's really up to your schedule as long as it's done in advance. There are various discounts that can be offered. Many of our local employers offer discounts through us. We have multiple sibling discounts, repeat discounts, and of course, we run specials all year. The camp fees are all based upon the combination of how often your child attends, how many campers attend. So we don't really have, I can't give you just a base of what you would pay, as it really depends on your frequency and duration and number of campers. We have many payment plans as well. You could pay in full, you can defer payments. It's all wonderful. So this year we're doing a rolling registration. It's first come, first serve. Right now we're still rolling because we're still hiring staff. We do say that we have limited space. That would be for adding of weeks. We need to make sure that all our campers are supervised and we stay within our ratios for each camp group. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open up for any questions that you may have. Anything you may ask me. I believe everybody on here is a repeat family. So you might not have any questions, but I am more than happy to stay on for a few minutes and answer any questions you may have. Oh, I'm looking in the chat. Just give me 1 second. So sorry, Miss Bailey. No, a new director has not been chosen yet. My position was just put in place last week, so we'll be starting that this week. We are looking to hire from within, so they will not be new to Camps R Us. Any other questions? I'm going to go ahead and type my email into the chat. If you have any other questions, you can most certainly email me. I'll be available to give you a call or answer any of your questions at any time. Okay, if there are no other questions, I'm going to sign off. Again, please feel free to email me and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.